Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Rosen to throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
Down. 60 or. Fair.
Check 99. Check 99.
Ready.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Check.
Rush 61. Matchbox light.
Slam.
Hey, Sam off. 5.
On 2nd down now, Swift. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
Ready,
A
break.
nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Hey, Hayward.
Check. 4 down. Hey. Mike's 50. I got wide. Mike's 50. Time to go. Night. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Come on, D.
Hey, wahoo. Hit it.
Operating from the gun, Sanderson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Right.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now Rosen looking to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
First down, Denver.
Come on. He's coming. Double up, double up.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Saints, 38-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
Rosen will throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Broncos.
Here we go. Whip. On. No.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 25-yard line.
Mike, 27. Hey, let's get that ball. Right here. You go take. Hey, alert. Wide. Get wide.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Flushed out right. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line.
Check, 47. Check right.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check right 50. Watch the slip.
Go on. Get it.
On first down, Swift. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Greystone, travel.
Back.
Look. Squeeze. Right up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the safety creep.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, Swift. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
On the ready.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the
Hard.
Check your hot read.
Snap.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Rock it. Deep river.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Rosen. Complete. Smith has it. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Check nickel. Under 10.
A carry here for the big tight end. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Irvin to return. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Bam. SOS.
On 2nd down now, Swift, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
50's the mic. Oh, you got deep? Go Mike 50, Mike 50. Pick it up.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Ready?
On 3rd down, Sanderson, and a throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Broncos first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get second.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now it's Rosen looking. And that will be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Irvin. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup. So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And up 50, plant. Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. I got you, I got you. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Go, go.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. You
Get it.
To throw on third down. Sanderson on the check down. He finds Kamara. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
I'm coming. Watch twist.
Right up.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Everyone got 4 down.
Hey, Delta.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Get your swerve on. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. All day, just like that, just like that. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Let's go, baby, they turn up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Hey, exit.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Not here. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
Bravo.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
Deep grip.
From the gun, Sanderson. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Topper! Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. So maybe the defense will have to kickstart the offense here. The first points of the game comes from that defensive unit.
Yeah, sometimes you get together and you say, hey, maybe it's on us today. We have to go out and force the issue and make a play and get everyone else going.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Check 26, 80.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Going to throw right side here, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a carry for Lindsey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Rosen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. As his guys are in for 6, and the Broncos have taken the lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2, try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
At the 17-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 8, read. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Smooth. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
I got you. I got you.
Hit it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sanderson.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw.
Hey, Echo.
50, Mike 50. On the ball, the ball, the ball, the ball.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Here we go, here we go. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's up and good. That pushes the lead now to 15-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Throwing after the interception. Sanderson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Back to throw. Sanderson. And some room to roam now. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Touchdown, baby. 6. Quick 6. That's what they call us.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Broncos 22, Saints 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Sanderson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? I'm not ready. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Big Griffin.
Looking to throw. Sanderson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
I'm going back to you.
On 4th down, Sanderson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st and 10, Sanderson And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
3 down, 3 down. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. I'll get him.
Ready?
To throw again, Sanderson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Trey Flowers picks it.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And a cut to the sideline. And down to the 7-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards on the ground. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. To throw is Rosen. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Here's Rosen. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Duke Dawson picks it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I got it. Check, 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 check. Slam, slam, slam.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. He's got daylight. The 30, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bronco score. Phillip Lindsey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call?
And now here is another interception. Duke Dawson picks it, and that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory.